Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussions on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime, currently featuring Steven Universe, Voltron Legendary Defender, Star vs. the Force of Evil, and Ruby. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hey, y'all.
And Michelle Anderer.
Hello.
Today, Delaney, Michelle, and I will be discussing week 1 of what I'm calling the February of Star vs. the Force of Evil. Here on the Overly Animated Podcast, we'll be discussing the episodes Raid the Cave, Trickstar, Baby, and Running with Scissors. Spoilers for all of those episodes here. Those aired from February 6th to the 9th on Disney XD. We cover Star here at the Overly Animated Podcast. You can check us out at overlyanimated.com or search for the Overly Animated Podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. We're at the very least going to be going once a week for this hectic February of Star, and we'll see about
Starbury.
Starbury. That's a good one.
Oh, that's great.
That's what
Yes.
I can't say his name. Giancarlo Volpe. He tweeted that like forever ago.
Giancarlo tweeted that. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
That seems like something he'd say. Yeah, let's quickly go over what is happening this month, because I think so we're all on the same page here, listeners. And co-hosts. So Disney XD is airing a new Star every Monday to Thursday for the first 3 weeks of February. This week and the next 2 weeks at 7 a.m. on Disney
Because that
XD.
makes sense.
7 a.m. Yeah, that's like
Right.
obscenely early.
So I think I believe the intent is that they're trying to dump the second half of the season Netflix style, except they don't want to like go the full thing, so they're doing it once a day. So they don't really anticipate people watching at 7 a.m. They anticipate people watching it on the app or the website or on the DVR. So like if you look at their promos, it's like binge Star this month. Like that's clearly what they're going for. So I think it's kind
I
of
was shocked because normally like I watch them all on Disney XD like online because I can use like my TV whatever, and normally it takes a little bit longer for them to be up, but they're very clearly like they even have them combined like the way they want it to be.
Okay. Yeah. They definitely intend you to watch it on the app or log in with your TV provider on the site. I don't know if they're up actually before 7 a.m. Sometimes they're like up on the app before then, but yeah, so they're doing this for the next 2 weeks, and then Monday the 27th we have 2 half-hour episodes back to back on actually at night. So that'll be good. Yeah, if you see bad ratings, clearly they're not going to be great at 7 a.m. Like they don't care about that. Yeah, I think it's interesting that Disney's going for this. They don't usually take chances like this. So I think I would have preferred if we were weekly for like 3 months, but this is great too. So we'll get into these 4 episodes here. Last thing I want to say is that, we're very excited to get into Star. I mean, personally, I'm very into the show right now, and this week really helped. So, I don't know. I guess I had it written down, like convey excitement here. I think we're going to convey excitement plenty when we talk about the episode. So this will be good. Yes, make sure to have seen all 4 of these. So let's get into it. What did you think of the week as a whole? And like, what stands out to you, whether it's an episode or a thing or, So reactions to the week, Delaney.
Okay, so I'm just like, I'm kind of blown away. Like, I was just so happy. Like, I also was really excited for Star to come back. Like, I love this show. It just makes me happy. And they were so great. Like, I was just so excited and I was just really engaged. And like, there was some really interesting stuff going on. I guess the stuff that like stood out to me or especially like I just love Star making like a notebook.
Yes, that was so great. She's gonna make her own spells. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And then like just these focuses, like we're having these. So I kind of noticed a pattern, which is you can kind of say this for like a lot of episodes of Star, but it was just very obvious this week. We have these. They start off kind of silly, and then by the last like 5 minutes, you're like, this got deep real quick.
Yeah.
Where did we go? And, and it worked off really well. We focused with Star for the first few. And then, of course, oh my God, Running with Scissors. Like, the end of that was like, ow,
So
that just
cute.
hurts so bad. Like, why did we do that to everybody? And I don't know. These were just like the quintessential Star episodes. We had like the really cute but terrifying cat that was like evaluating Star. Like I just feel like this was just like Star like bottled and just intense. Like if I would before, if I told people to watch Star, I'd say watch these episodes. But if I really wanted to get people into it, I'd be like, watch these episodes. Like this is Star, like it's at its very like core.
Yeah, good stuff. And we'll get into specifics. Michelle, what are your reactions to this week?
I agree with Delaney. I love this week. These are all really good episodes. I think early on season 2, like there were like maybe 2 episodes that like I was very neutral on, but like after like maybe episode 6, like it just got really, really good, and it stayed very consistently good. And this week especially, like I really liked Raid the Cave, I really liked Baby, and I really liked Running with Scissors. So like there really wasn't like a bad one. Like, even Trickstar was like interesting enough. So yeah, I really liked them. I thought these were really strong.
Yeah. It's going to be hard for me to convey how, like, I think, how good I think Star is right now. Like, I guess I posted this on our page and chat. Like, Star is now must-watch TV. I liked this week of episodes better than the Steven Universe, Zoo week. Like, that's crazy. Like, that was a really good week of Steven Universe episodes.
I actually think I agree with you.
Yeah, me too.
Like, this is, like, Steven Universe is the best show on TV. Like, these 4 episodes of Star were incredible. I like Trickstar is clearly the worst of them, but it was still a very competent and good episode.
Like, obviously.
I think Running with Scissors might be the best episode of the show. Like, I think it's up there. I think
you say that a lot with episodes, but like it
it builds.
Very, very
I think the show's getting really better.
Good. Well, it does get better.
I made a little ranking, and I was struggling really hard and so finally I just had to go with like my personal preference. I think I liked Baby just the tiniest bit better than Running with Scissors, but I mean, I don't know. Like they're both like I just feel like they're so equal. Like they're just so good. Like they're both just great episodes.
Baby, Trickstar, and Running with Scissors are all really incredible. I agree, Baby's really good. The end of Baby's just incredible. But what they do when Running with Scissors, I just really like. It's exactly what I want from the show. That was 100% a Rick and Morty episode, and I just loved every second of that. I can't.
And let's focus on Marco because we're focusing a lot on Star, which is important. I mean, obviously, like the show is Star versus the forces of evil, and also like we have to unpack a lot of things with Star, and which we're doing, which is amazing. Like I'm so happy, especially with Raid the Cave, because like we started unpacking that immediately, and then we got back to Marco, and I'm like, yes, so good.
The main thing I think from this week was how good the characterization of Star is, and that's kind of been the thing that's the best part of the show recently. So I think Raid the Cave and Baby were absolutely incredible Star episodes. But then to have Running with Scissors, which I think is probably the best Marco episode of the show, was really, really great. I think it's like Running with Scissors, Bon Bon, or Blood Moon. Like, take your pick there. But it's just really, really great stuff this week. I also want to convey, like, I think this is the show I'm probably most into right now. Out of all the shows we cover, I mean, I always love Steven Universe, but just the happiness I get from watching Star, I feel like is unparalleled. And it just, especially coming off Ruby coverage for a while, this is like, I'm so happy with this. Like, it's so good.
I'm like, I'm happy watching. This is incredible. I forgot what happiness was like watching a show.
Oh my God. Cool. Yeah. Delaney 2017. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know where to start. I want to start with Running with Scissors. So,
okay.
The biggest thing is like you see older Marco come in, and I'm like, okay, that's not Marco. They're not doing that.
Yeah, I was like, no way, like that can't be Marco.
I knew it. I was like, yep.
It's like it's not like they're hiding it. Like clearly that should be Marco, but it's like the show's not doing that. That's above the show at this point. It's kind of what I'm thinking.
No, it's not. They went total Mad Max with it. They're like, let's just do it, just floor it.
The thing that surprises me is they did the thing where Marco like lived through 16 years and no one else did, and they're not uncanonizing it. Like that's something that's part of the show's canon now, and it's not it's like what?
Well, I mean, I guess spoilers for Rick and Morty. It's like when they bury the dead bodies, and then later they look out the window, and they're like, "Yeah, the dead bodies." It's like the show is so messed up.
And it's like when Morty plays the whatever game, right? Like, that's and clearly this isn't not like this is going to be referenced. I wonder if Marco will keep the like earrings, but because that's the one thing he retained in his design. But yeah, just the gutso to go through with that, I think was, really incredible. This is the type of thing the show is capable of. It doesn't have such a stringent mythology, and it doesn't have such like stringent, plot requirements. Like, I loved it. Like, let's do this. Like, and
well, it was kind of risky too. Like, the only thing I can think comparable with network and like the kind of show is like Fairly Odd Parents, when we had like going through the TV shows, and they did, and granted they did this a few times, aging up Timmy Turner. But this is like, we took this and like on the, Disney XD, which, you're like, this is like probably the silliest network currently, is like the shows you watch in Disney XD make like absolutely no sense. And then, cause like it's a weird mixture, but then you have this and it's like, not only did they do this, they did it well. And it was like deep and like, oh, that hurt. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah, I thought it was a really emotional, like that end scene when we cut.
Yeah, when he can't remember his password, like that's like all you needed. It like the weight of that alone, like kind of spoke volumes about like what that means for him now.
Yeah, they really let that breathe. It was really good. The whole scene with Hekapu, I thought was great.
Hekapu was an awesome character. Hekapu and Baby.
Yeah, let's talk about
cool characters.
Let's talk about Hekapu. I was hotly anticipating the return of the. We didn't know her name at the time, but the Hekapu from the Magic Council. Delaney and I remember discussing that. I was all about her. And,
like, she's so cool.
No, she is cool, though.
I was Hekapu's #1 fan from the beginning. Exceeds expectations, her appearance here.
Thank God.
She's voiced by Zoisa Mamet from Girls, so I love her, and, Shoshana, and it's great. And, it's, and like, this weird, like, sexual tension with older Marco. It's so wonderful. People are shipping the Markapoo, the
Markapoo.
Hekako.
It's Markapoo. It has to.
Yeah, Markapoo's probably better, really, but only slightly.
What does he call her? H-poo at the end? Yeah,
it's
were you shipping it, Michelle?
I mean, I was shipping Marco, like, after the Frenemies episode, like, you know, him and Tom. I don't know. I mean, it's easy to ship Marco with lots
Tom
of
is not relevant this week. We don't need to talk about Tom.
Not Starco forever, though.
Yeah, but no, and also the brilliant Starco moments with
Star
Oogler. Yeah.
Oh, it was so funny.
That was
actually
so good.
was really fun to watch.
Beautiful man, so good. It was just great.
Star Oogling over Marco. Yeah, it's so wonderful. And then like disappointed when he goes back to normal.
And then she's like squish.
Yeah.
That was so good.
That was such a Mabel move, the squish.
Yes.
The great Starco stuff, and the best. I feel like the most Starco. Like, don't you want to come back for like me? Like, Eden Scherer just killing this week. By the way, just really, really good. And
also the scissors. Like, we're getting a little bit of payoff with the scissors.
Yeah, Delaney, what are the plot ramifications with this? Does Marco have scissors and Star doesn't have scissors now?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Well, I don't necessarily think that's true. Like. So what
does he get back Star's scissors? Is that what it does? Is like
well, no, that's what it was. So like what happened was, and I had remember like during the episode, I was like, oh crap, it's because stupid Ponyhead stole those scissors. So I remembered she had the scissors and she gave them to Star. And I'm like, those had to be stolen. Like it's like it's Ponyhead, obviously. So then of course this happens, and you know this whole thing about earning them. So she stole them from Hekapoo. And then they had them for like ever. Like I think this is from season 1. Like this was like deep ago. And then
deep ago.
Yeah. And then so like obviously I'm pretty sure Star's still going to carry them around, or maybe it'll be more maybe Marco. You know, it doesn't really matter, but like they are Marco's scissors, but like I think it's more important that like we kind of paid off finally. Like we got a little bit more lore about the dimensional scissors.
Right. So I was pretty surprised. I was under the impression I didn't remember what we did with the scissors. So I was under the impression that these were, I didn't remember getting them from Ponyhead. I was under the impression that these were just like her wands, like passed down to her.
No.
Like that, the show had not addressed that in a while.
Earlier, the thing was like earlier, they didn't have dimensional scissors in season, for a while in season 1.
Okay.
And then they got them, and that's like when everything started to happen.
Okay.
And it's because Ponyhead stole them, which I was like, I'm like, this finally gets paid off. This is so, like, that's one of my favorite things is like stuff that was like forever ago and it gets paid off later. Like, that's good stuff.
Yeah. The Ponyhead great in this episode. The Ponyhead on the treadmill, Delaney.
Yes, that was so great.
Okay, this is Delaney's #1 favorite thing is making fun of character designs.
That's all they do with Ponyhead now.
And the skinny jeans before,
This
is probably #2 to what they did in Powerpuff Girls. But with their hands, because that's like my favorite thing ever.
This is really good. I think running with scissors, I think is a perfectly constructed episode. Like really, just watching it again, just everything is relevant. Everything works. Clearly, it picks up at the end, but one thing that I was like, I don't understand is time running faster in the Hekapoo dimension, but I feel like they went through a lot of dimensions. When Marco was chasing after Hekapoo.
Well, no, what happened was, like he finally ended up in like the last dimension because like he went through all. That's what he said. He spent 16 years going through all of them, chasing all of them because he's literally blew out all of them. He finally got to the last one. So that's what they were talking about at the end. Was
so does time run faster in all of those than this one?
No, because
ours?
he's been trapped in this last one for a really long time. I feel like that's what it was.
I don't know about that. Maybe. It could be. But
I don't know. Yeah, maybe all of the.
I mean, it was Marco's story didn't make sense. It was like, yeah. What do you think, Michelle? What are your thoughts on Hekapoo in more detail?
Oh, I really like Hekapoo. I think she's awesome. I love her design. I love her attitude, and I like her voice actress. I mean, I really like Hekapoo. I hope we see more of her. I don't know when we will, but like, who knows when?
Like, why not?
Back. Yeah, why not? We've already seen her twice. We might see her again.
Yeah.
Plus, she said to Marco then, she's like, "Well, you got the scissors now. You can come back and like hang out whenever you want." So like, maybe he will. Maybe he'll go back to adventure sometimes. And needs to.
We see Tom all the time. Come on.
Yeah, we see Tom like an awful lot. So we could see Hekapoo again.
Yeah, and she's on the Magic Council. So
okay, I think I had a breakthrough about the what happened.
Oh,
I'm skeptical, but continue.
Okay, so like for a lot of the episode when like Hekapoo was like messing with Marco, she was using the dimensional scissors, but they're still in her dimension, like launching him around. So I think what happened was she cut all those different portals, but then what it was they're just different parts of her dimension.
Maybe they were all parts of like the same universe. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just kind of like really far off.
Yeah, I don't know how dimensions versus universe or whatever. Yeah, I guess I can buy that.
It was like technically, like I think how that like you can have multiple.
Yeah, maybe her like yellow hole is special. Like you can.
It's like the main one,
right? Like that's like transferring like different way different things rather than main scissors holes. Yeah, whatever. That's unimportant. One more thing I want to note running with scissors. I love how legitimately they treat the end of this episode. Like, the music was so intense. Like it's played for like straight emotion, and it's so absurd, but it really is like really emotional and really great. Like it's just like you're realizing what's happening and experiencing the emotions along with that. I love how much confidence they had that last scene would play. Or like both the last Marco Anizoni and the one before that. I'm mostly referring to the one with Hekapoo, but yeah, I think both of those play extremely well, and I'm just really, really impressed with the show.
Just flawless execution. I'm just thoroughly amazed.
Yeah. Also note, this was Gina Gress's first storyboarded episode on Star, along with John Mathot. So that's really
what a start.
Yeah, good start, guys.
Yeah, very much listening. John Badum one, but yeah, Gina's first. So very much, this shows a lot of people on it. It's great though. I don't know. I'm just really impressed that the show has come together to the type of quality extent that it has. Like,
I agree. Yeah, I think that's the thing, because like I feel like this is the season where everyone really like found their footing and knew exactly the kind of show they wanted to make. And season 1 was still a little like they were still figuring it out. Plus, they got like way more episodes this season, right?
Yeah.
Season
1 was good, and then the beginning of season 2 was good, but then it started to pick up around where you identified, Michelle. And then by the time we got to
so good.
By the time we got to Bon Bon, I think I was like. I was a little early, but I'm like, Bon Bon is a truly great episode. And now with these 4, they're also truly great. And it's like, okay, I want to see the rest of February, but if this show is there, like, it's like, we're there. It's not like the story of Star for a while was we're getting there, but I think we're there now. And that's very exciting. And I think one of the main reasons to transition is Star's arc that we've been going on.
Yes.
And I'm just so in on what they're doing with Star. Like what they're doing with her, I think is pretty transparent. We're going down this Eclipse dark magic route with Star. Like I think clearly my prediction
I freaked out. Like freaked
out.
When we mentioned Eclipse.
The spy spell.
Yeah.
Oh,
she did the spy spell. I was like, no, what are you doing? And then later when they're like, we haven't seen a power since Eclipse, and they show like the really dramatic portrait of her.
It was pretty dramatic, yeah.
Yes.
Because, at first when it happened, like, yeah, Dylan, you're like, you predicted it. But we were like back talking about it, and it was like, is this going to come up again? Like, it was so, like, the way they've been playing it's so weird, but I love it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I agree with that.
Into the Wand is a really great episode. That's where we meet Eclipse and when Star. Yeah, that wasn't too far behind Bon Bon, but I think what they're doing with Star is we're gonna have her do increasing amounts of dark magic. She's gonna try to go. She's going down this. Like you saw in Raid the Cave. She's starting to have this like rebel image of herself. She's gonna go down this dark magic Eclipse line, and it's gonna be exacerbated by her like personal life and her her feelings with for Marco as she sees him with Jackie, and I think it's going to culminate with her like turning into Dark Star as she sees like Marco and Jackie kiss or something, and
or at least
like
get close. I don't know if she'd actually.
Well, I don't see, especially since we have this very clear dichotomy going on. You know, we had the spy spell, but then also in Baby, like when later they talk about Eclipsa, but that because there's these two different kinds. Like we have the really dark magic. There's a certain there's purple and black and like very different color scheme. We also have the evil like green like corruption.
Yeah.
And then we have when she makes the tree, and we've seen this happen before. Like this like the kind of like her the hearts on her cheeks start to glow and and all that stuff. So it's kind of really interesting what we're going for. It's like we're having this very clearly visual kind of struggle with Star, and I don't think it's going to go all the way to Dark Star, but definitely this kind of like choice, and also complicated by the wand's broken. So
yeah, and like Ludo, like I don't think like Star is gonna be. I don't think she turned into like what Ludo is like kind of turning into. Like I don't think she'd like lose herself in the madness, especially because
there's too many pieces at play, I think, for what Dylan's saying to happen. Like there are so many normally I'd be like, yeah, that would make sense, but the problem is that there's so many different pieces playing into this. I feel like it's not going to be that straight of a path.
Okay, so
I don't think it's that clear.
I don't think Dark Star is like a bad thing. Like I think we're going to also going to go down the path where like Eclipse is like good. So right. So I think that Star exploring dark magic, it's going to be like the twist will be she's gone into the dark side. Oh, that's not the dark side. Like maybe, and then we can explore the Star's parents things along with that.
Well, the thing is, like it's kind of like so in Harry Potter, there's like the dark magic and like the good magic,
Ding.
and it's like magic.
Oh, come on, yeah, I think.
And the thing is, like, it's not magic is, and granted, in Harry Potter they focus a lot more on like there's evil magic and good magic, but it's also dependent on how the wizard like acts. Yeah. But then like what Sirius says to Harry. But here I think it's definitely going to be more of that we've been hiding, like there is so like quote unquote dark magic that we need to remember and know how to do it, especially like Star just knows warrior spells, and like she literally couldn't move the apple. And then that was something I was thinking about. I was like, wait a minute, have we ever seen Star do any sort of mundane task with her magic besides something like absurd? And then I think it's definitely gonna be more. It'll definitely tie into the monsters and Mumin thing too, like this kind this divide that's very clear in Mumin culture. So I think everything's just tied together.
Yeah. So it'll all tie. Yeah, I agree. Regardless, I think the point being, I think that I'm so in on exploring this Star arc, like with Eclipsa. Like I don't know if there's another show where I'm just completely in on where we're going.
That's fair.
Like I don't even know where we're going in Steven Universe, but
that's the thing. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. That's so true.
Like I'm just so in on the Star arc. I'm very excited. I think that going to raid the cave, like Delaney pointed out, the scene with Star casting the spy spell and going through like the plastic divide of trying to talk to Gloucester.
That was crazy.
And
my god.
So and she goes Avatar state was incredible. Yeah, really great scene. Love how they played it. And Glassrick was in it, so that's unfortunate. But
Glassrick is the most irritating character.
Are you off? Did Glassrick betray Star, Delaney? Is that what happened?
He didn't betray her. No, it's the normal like BS. Like
this is normal Glassrick.
And I'm like, shut up, Glassrick. Whatever. You're so irritating. You really hurt Star, and I hate you.
Yeah. Thoughts on Glassrick in that episode, Michelle?
I mean. Delaney's right. He's just kind of being himself. Like this is his approach with Star when he's trying to teach her any kind of lesson. So I don't think it's like that he's trying to be a jerk. He's just like, Star will find the right way to like get the book back herself, and this will help her by being a jerk.
Yeah,
so, and he knows. Like I'm sure he sees. Yeah. Like this whole Eclipsa thing. Like I'm sure he's like, and at the end he's like, I knew all of this was happening. Or I'm like, shut up, Gloucester.
Yeah, I'm interested.
That page he burned. I want to know so bad what was on it now.
Yeah. I'm sure that'll come into play. I'm interested to see how Glassrick plays into this Eclipsa Star arc. I think that'll be interesting. That scene was really incredible in that episode, and then at the end, Star making the notebook was really powerful. And I also thought like Star telling her parents was really great. Like,
Yes.
that scene I thought was really excellent.
Well, we've been heading toward that forever.
Yeah, I think that like this week is the best use of Star's parents in the show, I would say.
Oh my god, when the episode started, it was just them. I was like, oh my god, is this episode just about her parents? Because
Yeah.
I was gonna die.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but in the beginning of Baby, we have like just a scene with them, which like never
Have
happens.
food, yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
was super excited.
that was interesting. But yeah, Rest of Raid the Cave. I love like the Star fans. They say fan art in that episode, by the way.
Buff Frog.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, that's becoming increasingly common. These the people our age creating these shows and putting in like fan fiction and fan art. One of these shows had fan fiction in the word.
We're alternative monsters, and I was like, I can't.
Oh
do
my
this right
god!
Yeah,
No.
I think they did that whole thing just so they could have the alternative monsters be fans of Star. Like, that's,
Yes.
yeah, like
Definitely.
interesting. I also just forgot that Stars like beats up monsters all the time. Like that hadn't happened in a
We haven't
while.
seen that in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, I thought anything else from Raid the Cave, but we see Buff Frog. That's fun, I guess.
He was talking to his tadpoles, like
I love him with the tadpoles is so cute though. Like I love that stuff.
Yeah, we had a lot of Buff Frog. I'm still fine with not seeing Buff Frog, but we saw a lot of him this season.
But we did see a lot of him. Like, we can have a break.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Yeah, yes, we could.
But I did like where he just took the backpack off, and he's like, "All you need is wand. Go."
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's great.
Yeah. Episode so Trickstar with Weird Al as Preston Banjo.
Yeah,
That was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. He lives up to his name.
He was
Yes.
good in this. This is a season 1 episode.
Yes,
like,
100%.
Like
I think it's kind of a higher quality season 1 episode.
it would have been one of the better season 1
Yeah.
episodes. Yeah. This is like such an obvious concept to do, like Star
Why
interacting
did it
with
take
Earth
so
Magician.
long?
Yeah.
Why did it take them so long for
Yeah,
the different magicians?
Yeah, and I think there's times this episode where it has kind of just like the silly like quality that makes it like really good. These type of episodes of Star.
Well, it's like Sensei's in it, so like
yeah.
obviously it's ridiculous.
I'm done with Sensei. This was a fine use of Sensei.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I
he-
agree.
He's fine. I love just Marco saying like I get it, Star. I was emotional too when I first saw my party magician. Like
Yeah.
I think that's a good encapsulation of the humor of this type of episode.
Also, like,
so.
they're being mad, and, like, I actually kind of got a little irritated at the end, because, like, I felt cheated when they were, like, when Star was like, oh, is all you wanted to see a magic show? And I was like, yes, Star! And they still left, and I was like, I'm irritated.
They left, yeah. Yeah, I agree. And, but yeah, I thought it was fine. I like the concept of the joy sucker. They didn't really do anything with it, but, this episode also to a certain extent felt a little Rick and Morty, which was great.
Yes, it's just
yeah.
super weird.
Anything else from this episode pop out? Jana and, Starfan were just background characters in this episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a very season 1 move to have just Jana. Let's not like, so I thought that, yeah. But anyway, let's go to Baby. So, yeah, we have the second of our third guest stars, really, Melissa Rauch's Baby, which I thought that this character was great. I love how they played it.
Yes, it was
It's
so good.
funny.
This is the
So
type of
sweet.
character that you just
So
bring in and they don't make sense, and then you just have this like them call it like your babiness, and like she just eats all the food, and there's no real structure to this character, but they just have fun with it, and I think it everything they do with her really works.
Mm.
And yet she still seems like a strict cat. Like, I can't handle it. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like Umbridge is a cat, but, like, actually cute and adorable.
She
like,
sounds cute, she looks cute, but then like whenever she eats the food and turns into like a black cloud, like you get this sense of like how intimidating she can be at the same time.
Yeah.
And
I
she's
really
in a
like how
bottle,
they did
like,
that.
I'm baffled.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have the one shot of her freaking out at Marco. It's pretty great.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Marco's just making food the whole episode. He's trying his best.
Also,
Yeah.
can we get, like, a count on how many times they said my secret closet?
Yeah, secret closet. Yeah. Yeah, like the
And then, like, beanbag?
Yeah.
the bean,
yes.
beanbag was great. Like the Scottish bear or whatever in the beginning was great.
Oh my
too.
god,
Yeah.
don't put it on it! And you're, like, screaming
Don't
later.
want
I
to
was
go
like,
to
oh
the secret
no!
closet. Yeah, it was really good. I think this is kind of a perfect episode too, Baby.
Yeah, definitely.
It builds up really well, and then Star with doing her magic with Baby is really great, and then the scene at the end with her making the tree is absolutely wonderful.
It's just
Yeah.
incredible. Like,
Yeah.
I was absolutely blown away. And then when she goes back and it's like, oh yeah, she failed. And then she's like, oh, yeah, she's not as
At your
like,
level, yeah.
no, she's way better.
Yeah, which
It's
which
like,
we'd been building up to. I think we've
Yeah,
gotten
yes.
that before. So Yeah.
So good.
And then the Queen Eclipse comparison. Just the scene of Star creating a tree is absolutely wonderfully done. This episode, directed by Giancarlo, storyboarded by Evan Freeman, Lee Tang. Just
gorgeous.
Yeah, just the shot of making the tree was really great. And again with going for it with the emotional music. Before it, they had just kind of this really weird music with the lessons with Baby, and I thought that really worked too.
Okay, the Warnicorn, very gently carrying the apple was hilarious.
Yeah, he's trying so hard.
That episode, that gag, that's like the best way that they did the transfer. That works so well, given that we saw Spider in a top hat.
Yes.
Oh, I know! Spider in a top hat was so good! I never expected that kind of episode, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
There was also there was a ton of build-up for the Warnicorn. It's we learned about this spell for forever, that you finally did it.
Yeah, and it's you can imagine him being inside the wand. It's okay, I have to do this. So much pressure, and then he comes out as delicately tiptoeing it.
Star is counting on you.
Yeah, Spider hyping him up. Yeah, it's so good. I really loved him bringing it over. It's
Warnicorn.
Yeah. And the whole thing with the interesting too with Baby.
Oh yeah, it was really good.
She said it. It's just oh man.
Yeah. I think Baby's. I think this is a top 5 episode of Star.
Definitely. I think I think right now it might be my favorite episode. I just loved it. It's it's a little it's this creepy cat and it's adorable, and then eating all the food, and then Marco making all the food. It's just everything about this episode is just great.
Yeah, I think this week has 3 top 10 episodes.
Yeah, definitely, easily.
Yeah, I don't know about easily. There's there's Bon Into the Wand, there's Blood Moon, there's the finale. There's a lot of stuff, but I thought Baby's really excellent. Any other stuff from Baby stand out?
Oh, where are my notes? Let's see.
Yeah, well, check your notes that you apparently took. Yeah.
Good job, Delaney.
Oh no, I just had super cute creepy cat. Oh, see that tree. More Eclipsa, and then the most important part, laser puppies, because we also got laser puppies in Running with Scissors, and we hadn't seen the laser puppies in forever.
Yeah, no, they did. They started to bring them back this season, and the laser puppies are a great, primary recurring gag for the show.
I love them. I love the laser puppies. They're so great.
Well, let's go over the pictures in Marco's wallet in Trickstar. So you got there's 4. One is laser puppies. One is Jackie. One is his parents, I think, and then one is him and Star. So there's the tenants of Marco's life.
But it's not him and Jackie, so...
Right, it's just a picture of Jackie, yeah, so...
Starco is real, for now.
Obviously, Starco's real, so...
Obviously, Starco is in-game.
Did you see Running with Scissors? Not endgame of this season, I think, but we'll get there. If you read they have plot descriptions up for every episode. It's gonna get dramatic.
God. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I am unspoiled. I am pure.
Okay, you're pure on this.
Okay.
Yeah. So just all Baby great. Yeah. What else? So I guess we didn't really talk about the Raid the Cave being the aftermath of the other stuff with the no spell book. I'm surprised no Ludo so far.
Same. Though I'm happy about it.
I'm happy no Ludo.
I hate Ludo.
Yeah. Oh, I don't hate Ludo, but I could not see him for a while.
Ludo's just one of the weaker elements of the show right now. So
I think he's been way stronger this season, though. Honestly, he's way more interesting now.
He's certainly way more serious.
I'm just tired of him. Yeah, he's serious. It's not, I still hate him.
Yeah.
Okay.
This isn't that important, but it was really funny before the alternative, we got to the alternative monsters, that hipster squirrel that was watching them approach.
My God, yes, and just kept looking back and seeing.
Yeah, the way they did the same shot 3 times with them.
It's so good.
Yeah, that was a weird choice
and they did it in Running with Scissors. I love that. It's so ridiculous. What a choice.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to talk about Running with Scissors more, but I don't know what to talk about.
They're all just great. We just love them. They're so good.
Yeah, we need more Hekupu. We need more older Marco, and I just want to rewatch older Marco and Star interacting a million times. That was the best. And,
I just love the Notebook.
Yeah, just the concept of Star making your own spell book is really great.
I was I'm so proud of her. That was just I feel like Star's I'm so proud of my child. Look at how much she's grown. She made a notebook full of spells. I'm so proud of her. Also, it was really cool when the wand turned into the pen. Like that was so
for her to write
so
with.
good.
That was
cool. that was really good too. We have comments from Steve here. One of them is comparing Baby to Tiki, Delaney.
Oh God! Don't ruin Baby that way.
This is my evidence. This is evidence for Tiki being evil. Is Baby?
Well, obviously,
yeah.
Baby is way better than Tiki. 100%.
Obviously, Baby's better than Tiki. Obviously,
duh.
But I guess if you have to pick weird cute companion, you'd pick Tiki. But
I don't know. Baby's a cat though, so.
Yeah, that's a cat.
I love cats.
Steve says, the fear that Star's parents has that Star will be like Eclipsa. Like Pink Diamond gets a bad rap from the so-called good guys. I think there's a good side to Eclipsa. She's sympathetic towards the monsters, as we've seen with Buff Frog and those alternative monsters. Being friends with monsters is not a bad thing. I assume Eclipsa took it too far to the other extreme. However, Star can get to the good side of Eclipsa without all the evil and unite the humans and the monsters. That will be great. Yep, good job, Steve. That's what we're
still
doing.
think
that's what we're doing.
I do think, we kind of touched on this several, I think this was last season or it was earlier this season. I can't remember when the episode was, but Mumin Independence Day, was that season 1?
Yeah, that was season 1.
That was season 1. That was one of the better season 1 episodes,
So what I think really, I don't necessarily think Eclipsa was evil at all. I think this is we might be dealing with kind of how history gets twisted, and a lot of how much do we really know? We don't really know anything. We also just see this really dark, creepy portrait of her.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really I'm kind of leaning towards she wasn't evil at all.
I agree with that. And plus, from my recollection, when they talk about her in the portrait, all it says is she was supposed to marry this one dude, but she married this other person. Then she left. She didn't. She married a monster. Left. That doesn't mean she's evil. It just means she doesn't want to be queen.
Also, she disappeared. She could still be alive.
Yeah, she could still be alive.
Okay, so
talk to her.
Wow, that was
that'd be so
Michelle's
great. If she could talk to her, that'd be great.
Michelle's talking at a decibel level that other humans can't hear. It's amazing.
Only Baby can hear that high pitch. Yeah. Steve says, I think Eclipsa will probably be the final villain of the series. So Steve's also about Eclipsa being alive.
She's alive.
Right. So the argument that Eclipsa isn't evil is thus Eclipse. Though what we know about Eclipsa is that she was sympathetic towards monsters, married a monster, and left. So but we're clearly seeing the side of the show where Star's parents are in the wrong, and that we're going to see Star take up the monster side of the revolution. Clearly that's where we're going to a certain extent, and we have for a while. But does that mean that Eclipsa was just right all along and that she's just propagandized badly? Or does that mean, like Steve says, she just took it too far? So I think either one's a reasonable guess at this point.
And I do think about her parents being wrong. I think it will definitely be more gentle. It'll be a lot of definitely and also her parents, they're characters, but they're not super well defined, and I feel we've made assumptions about their characters that aren't necessarily true. And I do think at some point, obviously there's going to be some conflict, but then ultimately I think her parents will be easily swayed. They also love Star a lot.
A lot of evidence these episodes for her parents not just being evil, just being a certain level of sympathetic. It's hard to see them being villains. Clearly the perspective of the show is going to turn on them, but they're still going to be Star's parents. I don't think that's
just look at the way they reacted to her losing the book. They're just
also her dad's a goober.
Book, as long as you're safe, that's what matters. So I think I think that's.
And I actually think her mom's pretty sympathetic in a lot. Yeah, there have been several episodes. I just love her mom. I don't know why. I just think she's great.
She has an appeal. She was clearly very intense when she was younger, but now she's very momish, and a little strict. But she had the other side to her when she was younger. So there's definitely appeal.
Yeah. Also, Delaney said the word goober, so I just wanted to put that out.
Of course I did.
Related to this, Steve says, I'm glad Star told her parents what is going on. One of my pet peeves about children animation is the trope of kids keeping secrets from their parents, whether having superpowers or an alien friend or what have you. Many cartoons have main characters that hide this stuff from their parents. The thing that I really didn't like about Troll Hunters, outside of that I loved it, we even covered that shit, is hiding stuff from parents or guardians. You can't trust your parents. Who can you trust? Right. So this is definitely a trope subversion of Star telling her parents stuff.
Thank you.
Clearly, there's a part of Star, throughout all of this, which is Ludo's going after the wand. Why don't you just tell your parents whose wand it is that Ludo's going after you and have them send them, the royal guard after Ludo or something? I think we're breaking a lot of tropey stuff we've gotten into. And also it, escalates it really well, saying, this is more serious than things we've had before in the show. last Steve comment I want to read is that
a lot of them.
If Preston, he sent live, I chose the best ofs for this. If Preston ever came back, you know who I think would be a great secret weapon to defeat him? Brittany. She's by far the most miserable character in the series. She's always mad or complaining. She's no joy. I'm a little secret to take. Yeah. So no joy to suck out of Brittany. That being said, I'm still heavily on our bring Brittany back already train. I don't know.
Oh, was that a train?
I am Brittany's number one fan. We need to bring Brittany back. Yeah, that's true. I need to choose Hekapu or Brittany.
Number one also.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to bring Brittany back already. She clearly has a place. If Jana can go from like super background character to main character, then Brittany can go from not on the show to sometimes on the show. So
I mean, I feel like Jana would also ruin his life too.
Yeah, Jana would also. Yeah, the better gag would be if Jana was there and like you have no joy, but that would be sad too because Jana's great.
Yes, true.
No Jana really, other than being a background character in Trickstar, no really Jana appearances these 4 episodes after having her like there all the time.
I thought she was on the phone with Jana and she's like, okay, I gotta, or no, Marco was on the phone
Marco's
with Jana.
on the phone with Jackie, I think.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was Jana.
Yeah, that was our nod to Marco Jackie being a thing right now.
Okay,
it's like
it was in the background. It was in the background, but he was
also these episodes are so quiet. Like the whole time, I'm like I can't it's awful. A lot of the dialogue, I'm like, what are you saying? So
it's an
quiet.
interesting. Yeah, I guess closed captions for this. I guess.
I'm sure I'll have to start doing that.
Probably turn it on. Yeah. But yeah, Marco talking to Jackie on the phone. Jackie's talking about it today. Marco didn't seem very into it though, so I think that was notable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Like, okay, bye.
Hashtag Starco. Hashtag Marco's always in what Star's saying.
Starco.
Yeah. Where are you on? The correct answer is very, Michelle.
Oh my god.
I just want to preface it with there's only one answer to this question.
Oh yeah, well that's the perfect
It's not multiple choice.
What is it?
There's one possible answer. The correct answer is very. So my question is, how into you are Starco right now, Michelle?
I knew this was coming.
It's
answer.
Obviously.
Answer.
Oh man. Okay. Well, now that I'm caught up on season 2.
Yeah, you weren't caught up for a while. You can't answer this question with Tom.
I was really opposed
I don't
to
care.
it season 1.
Yeah.
Because I still think, that, friendships between, heterosexual
yes, that's also we established this. Yes.
But okay, yeah, no, it's getting to a point where it's actually really nice, and I guess I ship it. Yeah.
What was your turning point? Sleepover?
Oh, maybe it was before Bon Bon for sure.
Yeah. Because
it was building up nicely for a while. Yeah, it might have been the sleepover. And they kind of hammered it in at the very end. It's like, we get it, and then the game was like, oh, by the way, Stars Crush is on Crush. And it's like, okay, all right, show. You're being exceedingly transparent in your intentions.
That was the only time they've done that. But
yeah,
that was very necessary to provide context to the rest of Stars' actions the rest of the season so far, I'd say. It gives her anguish in Bon Bon clear context, or anguish in Running with Scissors, right? It's very necessary. They clearly want us to know Stars a crush on Marco right now. That's a big part of her character, and I think will be a big part of the finale.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's honestly what surprised me is because it went from feeling oh god, I see what you're doing, show, and I don't like it, to being this is actually developing more progressively and interestingly.
It's so cute.
Seeing Star go from being so supportive of Marco asking her to the ball, and then when she actually sees them together, hits her, and then seeing her feeling really awful about it. It's I can totally see how Star would not be aware till that point. It took that to force her to really think about it, and even then she doesn't really want to think about it, but it's so obvious.
Yeah.
That was really nice. That felt very natural and organic as a kind of response. So
yeah,
I was into it.
Okay, good. Good, very. In summary, very hashtag Starco. Starco's the best ship on TV, I think.
Yes.
Now that my other ship on another show I won't mention for spoilers was destroyed. I'll say Starco clearly the best ship on.
I know what Dylan's talking about. Dylan is very sad.
Not an animated show, but yeah.
No, Dylan is very sad.
Let's preview next week. Next week we have Math Magic with some special guest stars. One of them I think is a spoiler, so someone's coming back, and we also have Carl Weathers in that episode. That's interesting. The Bounce Lounge that was recently referenced in
that's where Ponyhead went and stole the scissors.
Yeah.
Crystal Clear. Okay, with crystal as like the crystal. I don't know how it's spelled normally in Crystal Clear. Is it also spelled like Steven Universe type of crystal?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess so. And The Hard Way. And that episode has its title as a spoiler in it. Okay, so not the description. So yeah, going to be some interesting stuff. There's no way next week is as good as this week. That's impossible.
Well, and if it is, I will die.
Yeah, I will die too.
Right. So we'll be back for coverage at the end of next week, and it's going to be great. And let us know what your thoughts. My ranking is 4-3-1-2, but I don't really care about the ranking this time because they're all great.
They're all so good.
Yeah, Delaney, I guess, would be 3-4-1-2, right?
Yes.
Michelle?
Mine would actually be the same as Dylan's, I think.
Okay, yeah. I mean, people are freaking out about Running with Scissors. I mean, it aired today, so we don't have distance.
It feels so fresh.
Right, but yeah, I want to rewatch the end of Running with Scissors again. Like, I've already seen it twice, so I want to see it again. But
so
it's great. So very hyped for more Star. Let us know what you thought in the comments, YouTube comments. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to us there so you don't miss any of our Star or other content. If you just want to hear our Star podcast but nothing else, you can go to overlyanimated.com and subscribe to our Star specific iTunes feed on the right side of the page. You can consider supporting us on patreon.com/overlyanimated. Big discussion on me telling all the patrons to watch Star today on the Patreon group, because I think less than half probably do, so that needs to be more.
Star's the best.
Yeah. So speaking of our commenter, Steve, who left us all these comments, thank you to all our patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Steve, aka frequent commenter Steve. Thank you very much,
coincidence.
Steve, for all you can use.
I know.
Well, he kind of gives comments to a lot of podcasts, so I don't know if there's a high chance.
His nickname frequent commenter Steve. Like,
there's a high probability that we would read Steve comments. The next one will work out too for shows that we cover. Next podcast, Steven Universe new tomorrow night. Ooh. That's fun. February will just be Steven and Star in terms of shows
the
we
best.
cover.
Oh my god, we're gonna be so happy. Like, I'm just so
we're
pleased.
Past, yeah. By the way, I want to end on this. I think I'm like, is this month and a week? I think it's maybe a month if you take away the first month of January or something. The past few weeks, the best past few weeks for American animation ever. You've got this week of Star. You've got the Zeus arc on Steven Universe. You've got all of Voltron season 2. I think I'm missing something. And you've got Adventure Time Islands, which was incredible. I already have a clear top 25 list of episodes. Like, there's already been that many. It's month. Like, I think this is the best month of certainly of animation in the time that we've been covering.
Which is great because in April we're gonna have nothing to watch.
Yeah, because Star's gonna go off at the end of April, and then maybe Steven Universe will be on, or at the end of February and this month, and then maybe Steven Universe will be on hiatus, and then all of our other shows are done, and then Rick and Morty is still coming back never. So who knows?
Right. When you can finally watch BoJack Horseman.
Right, so that's when we'll do our
it's a good show.
Believe me, I'm really aware. That's clearly on my to watch list. We have some time coming up for this. We have some time, so we'll get into that. So yeah, let us know comments and last comments, Michelle Delaney.
It's so great. I'm just so proud and happy about my child Star.
My
child Marco. Like, they're all
and
great.
And your third child baby.
Yes, third child baby.
I love. It's so great. Oh,
would you buy a foot by foot baby plush?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think they'd make that because one episode character.
Plush. I would much prefer to have the baby plush.
Yeah.
I mostly bought the Tiki plush to troll Dylan, though, for the record.
And yeah, it's successful. So let's get the baby. So let's get Hekapoo back and let's get the baby plush. And thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.